Hi everyone, welcome to my channel today. And today we're going to be talking about how to know that your baby is growing in length, is growing in height, is what I mean. So there are different ways for you to be able to confirm and know that your baby is actually growing as the day goes on. You can actually use a measuring tape like this tailor tape. Yes, I do not have it. I wanted to show you the normal measuring tape rule for measuring clothes. You can use that. And also, you can also know by when you carry and hold your baby and you discover that he's full or she's full, as in you can now carry the baby, you can feel the weight of the baby. But today is not, we're not talking about weight, we're talking about the height of the baby. Now for the general observation, how I used to detect if my baby is growing in length, longer, that is taller, is by the clothes he wears. So for example, let me just give an example. So guys, if the practical way I use in measuring if my baby is growing taller is by his overall, especially the overall, because the trouser, when you wear the trouser, there's space below, so it won't show if he's growing taller. And then, but when you put on an overall on him, you discover that his legs are no longer free. He can't move them freely because babies love to stretch. They love to stretch their legs like this, kick their legs. So the kicking are not free anymore. You can see. Then another way I measure is also here, the arms. You can see how tight the arms are. He can't even raise his arm properly because of, I have to even fold these clothes so that he will be able to raise his arm. So that is one of the ways I know that my baby has grown taller than what he's putting on. And it's always advisable for mothers and caregivers that once you notice this suddenness change, a sudden change in your baby, you should do what? You should look for a bigger cloth or a more fitted and sizable cloth for the baby. So I have another overall which I am going to change him to, and once I change him to this overall, you would see the freeness, the freedom to move, because baby tend to grow every night and every week. They grow every night. So at night it's always good for you to allow space in whatever you're putting on them, for them to sleep. Allow there to be space in that clothing. Don't let the clothing to be too tight, so that they can stretch, they can't roll freely on it. But as it is now, he can't roll freely on it. He cannot stretch freely on it. You can see how his legs are in the cloth. So let me change it. So you can see how tight fitted it is, taking the cloth off the body. See how tight it is. See? So these are the ways I measure growth in my right. So this is my baby now. He's putting on another overall, and you can see how free this overall is. You can see this is to allow space for him to be able to stretch his legs freely. You can see I don't need, he's no longer tight, so he can sit, and then he can lie. He can even lift his legs up like this, and he can stretch freely. Now what I want you all to know, mothers out there, is that growth, when it comes to length, that is the tallness of this baby, is determined by the genes. You understand me? Determines by the gene, but also the way and manner the baby is being taken care of also improves and helps and aid the baby to grow taller in height. So if you encourage the kind of food you eat as a breastfeeding mom, encourages the baby to also grow taller. the kind of the way you take care of this baby, also the kind of clothes you wear on that baby. You do not put a tight cloth on a baby, so that the baby will grow freely, will be able to stretch. This stretching, it helps them grow taller. Yes, it also helps them to grow stronger. So that is one of the ways I physically measure my baby's height, using his clothes to measure his growth. Thanks for watching. Move to my next video. Bye.